Now let's come to 2024 question, right, which is related to money bill. I hope that everyone understand the difference between money bill, finance bill 1 and finance bill 2. What is money bill talking about? Money bill is only talking about money matters. It is only talking about money matter. What could be the money matter? That we want to impose the tax, we want to abolish a particular tax, we want to take out the money from the Consolidated Fund of India, or we want to deposit the money into the Consolidated Fund of India. That is the money bill. Whereas finance bill 1 is talking about money matter, but some other matter too. It is talking about money matter, but some other matter too. What is the meaning of finance bill? For example, a tax is imposed by the government of India on the education, or let's say education cess. Now this education cess that has been collected by the government of India, it will be used for a particular purpose. For example, we are creating or we are collecting the sanitation cess. So whatever the amount that we are getting from the sanitation cess, it will be used for the Swachh Bharat mission. Is it clear? So finance bill 1 is not only talking about money matters, but also it is saying that if the money is to be collected from a particular source, where that particular money will be used. Whereas finance bill 2 is basically talking about creation of authority or some other matter, but it involves money also, right? It is either talking about the creation of authority or some other matter, but the primary objective of the finance bill 2 is not the collection of the money. It is basically the creation of the authority, institution, organization, but that particular organization will be having the power to collect money from the citizen. Is it clear? For example, you are creating the NHAI, right? That is National Highway Authority of India. Now, NHAI is having certain powers to collect the money from the tender allocation or from the citizens of India. So, finance bill primary objective is not the creation or the collection of money, but the creation of the institution. So, this is the basic difference between the three bills. Now, let's come to the question, that which of the following statement are correct in respect to money bill in the parliament. Article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of money bill, right? Yes, this particular statement is correct because Article 109 is related, or it is mentioning about the special procedure with respect to money bill. Second statement is saying that a money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of State. What is Council of State? Basically, it is Rajya Sabha, right? So, Rajya Sabha does not have the power that they can go for introduction of the money bill. Money bill can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha, right? Again, this particular statement is correct. Then the Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. Yes, the Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes but cannot reject it. But also, you need to understand that if Rajya Sabha is either approving the bill or suggesting changes, the Lok Sabha is not bound to take a decision as per the Rajya Sabha advice. Rajya Sabha cannot reject it, but can go for amending or approving the bill. Whereas, fourth statement is saying that amendment to a money bill suggested by Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. Amendment to the money bill suggested by Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is not bound to act on the advice tendered by the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha may accept the amendment or may also not accept the amendment. So, this particular statement is incorrect. So, our correct option is C. That is 1, 2 and 3rd statement are correct in nature. Now, let's again look at the 2024 question, right, which is talking about the parliament. Prorogation of the House by the President of India does not require the advice of Council of Minister. You need to understand that President of India is bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Minister except 2 or 3 conditions. What are those conditions? First is reconsideration principle. First is reconsideration principle, and second, whenever the president is disqualifying the MP under Article 102. These are the 2 conditions where the president is not bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Minister. President can go for himself that whether the particular bill is to be sent for reconsideration or not. And on the second part, which is Article 102, that if the disqualification is to be made under the provision of Article 102, President has to take the advice from the Election Commission of India so as to impart or so as to maintain neutrality in the House. These are the 2 conditions in which the President is not bound by the aid and advice of the Council of Minister. Apart from that, in almost all the cases, President has to take the advice of the Council of Minister. So, it is also including the prorogation of House. Is it clear? So, second statement is saying that prorogation of a House is generally done after the House is adjourned. Prorogation of House is generally done after the House is adjourned, sine die. But there is no bar on the President of India to prorogate the House which is in session. Now the question is, what is the meaning of prorogation? Prorogation means that the President is issuing the notification and officially ending the session. Now, generally, as a part of convention, prorogation or officially ending the session is introduced once the adjournment sine die has been introduced by the Speaker or Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Prorogation basically means that we are officially ending the session. Generally or as a part of convention, it is only issued once the Speaker or the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, that is presiding officer, they are issuing the adjournment sine die. But there is nowhere written that prorogation cannot be introduced during the session of the Parliament. Prorogation can be issued after the adjournment sine die has been issued by the presiding officer or whenever the session is in between, right? So again, this particular statement is correct. There is no bar on the president that he cannot officially end the session in between whenever the session is sitting, right? Third statement is saying that dissolution of Lok Sabha is done by the President of India, who save in exceptional circumstances does so on the advice of Council of Minister. So Council of Minister themselves will be advising the President of India that we have completed 4 years and 10 months or 11 months. Now we are ready for the next election. So we are going to give you advice to dissolve the House and to dissolve the Council of Minister. Again, in this particular circumstance, the advice is tendered by the Council of Minister. Again, so the option that is correct in this particular answer is 2 and 3, except 1. I hope that everyone understood. So the next question again that was asked in 2024 was related to Union Budget. First statement is saying that Union Finance Minister on behalf of Prime Minister lays the annual financial statement. I hope you know that what is annual financial statement. Annual financial statement is the budget. The word budget is nowhere written in the constitution, rather we are using the word annual financial statement. So Union Finance Minister is not issuing the budget in the House on behalf of Prime Minister, but rather on behalf of President. So this particular statement is incorrect. Second statement is saying that at union level, no demand of grant can be made except on the recommendation of President of India. So what is demand of grant? Basically, it is a sort of money bill. So if you are going to link demand of grant with money bill, you will come to know that in money bill, it can be only introduced after the recommendation of President. So again, this particular statement is correct because no demand of grant or no money bill can be introduced in the Lok Sabha without the recommendation of President. If the President is providing the recommendation, then only the demand of grant can be made. So this particular statement is correct and our correct answer is option number B. That is, first question or first statement is incorrect.